Hi everyone, I'm Ken from Crypto Trading KS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 0.56% to 28,832. Ethereum up 2.85% to 1784. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth in the process. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of our globally extended KS family. What we've just done together is a run through of the crypto market. This keeps you informed on a daily basis of what cryptos are moving in what sectors. This is really valuable information to refer back to in the future. And you can see the particular industry or particular sector just up here on the top left-hand corner. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the masterclass, our NFTs, the tax software I use, and you can always directly message me on Twitter at any time. If you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our community's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. The sun will come out again, and there's always hope. I'd like to discuss with you the process of diamondization. We talk a lot about diamond hands in the crypto market, but you must also have a diamond mind and a diamond heart. So let's pop into that. And we're discussing this as all crypto technical analysts are professionals, and a diamond heart, a diamond mind, and diamond hands are all required through the real wealth section. Without that, you'll find yourself selling at the wrong time and buying at the wrong time. So I put a little quote together. Crypto requires diamond hands to hodl, a diamond mind to borsog, and a diamond heart not to fall subject to fear, uncertainty and doubt, and fear of missing out, basically fear and anxiety. So how do we get diamondization? Heavy losses spark diamondization. KS Zone analysis defines the 4 stages that all investors and traders progress through to become consistently profitable and attain real wealth. These 4 segments, these 4 zones, are zones that every single person goes through. If you're in one at the moment, or if you're in a higher one than someone else, that's okay. Everybody has their journey, and they all take the amount of time that they require. It's not bad to be in any of these particular zones. It's just a process. So what are these zones? There's basically 2 classifications. When people are addicted to certainty, they have to know. And that's often because when people get into the market, they don't understand markets are run on probability, not certainty. You actually earn your money inside the markets from embracing probability and a lot of different rules. When people are focused on certainty, they unfortunately lose money because the markets are not there to reward certainty. Zone 1 is the panic zone or the entitlement zone. Basically, people get into the market and they put their very hard-earned money in to the market, and because they've participated, they expect the prices to go up and them to be rewarded. And this is what everybody does when they get inside any market. If you're inside Zone 1, it's no reflection on you personally. It's just a step in the process. And what you see is a lot of people saying they hope things will turn around or go the way they want. They do a lot of praying. They feel it's all about luck. It's not about luck. It's about knowledge. They're very, very impatient. They want to have fun. They want to have excitement. That is Zone 1 behavior. Because they want to have fun and excitement, they tend to go all in or go all out. They expect that they can make returns without losses. And when they make a loss, they feel that they've done something wrong, and they feel absolutely shocking about it. Nobody does anything wrong when you get losses. Losses are the tuition fee of markets. Everybody gets subjected to losses. It takes a lot of courage to get out of Zone 1, but when people use that courage, they get into Zone 2, which is the blame zone or the conflict and jealousy zone. This is where people are getting terrorized. They feel depressed. They want to vent. They want to blame, and they want to play the victim card. Unfortunately, the market doesn't care about these things. It only cares about your level of knowledge and emotional mastery. And I know people may get upset with me for saying that, but it's important that you have the facts on how the market actually operates. If you're in the certainty zone, you are very inclined to light switch in. And the concept of requiring perfect timing, buying every bottom, selling every top, is not something that professionals do. They don't even care about that. Many people are impatient, and of course, why not? We want instant gratification. That's what our whole society is now built on. They make one-way decisions. They can hear people saying something like, you've got to make three-way decisions. For example, if your portfolio goes down, you need to know what you're doing. Or if it goes up or sideways, you need to have a decision there. They'll listen to that, but they won't act on it. The worst thing is that people go all in or all out and they overcapitalize. You have to take it really, really easy. In the markets, I always suggest scaling up. Inside the masterclass, which I first shot around December, I was doing an accumulation on ETH. I had actual orders down to $900 on Ethereum, and that was in December. These are the kind of things that you learn inside the masterclass. This addiction to certainty creates very, very high stress, and people are loss avoidant, and that is a very bad situation to be in. This does create Zone 1 and Zone 2, does create diamond hands, but unfortunately the laws that people are abiding by in Zone 1 and Zone 2 are the loss rules, and they're very, very nasty rules. But the process of diamondization, when you become a diamond, when you move from having diamond hands into having a diamond mind and a diamond heart, that is actually part of the process. Many people fight this process. They think, oh, I've done something wrong. I'll just escape the market. It's not for me. If you're in the market, it's definitely for you. You wouldn't be here otherwise. And all long-term traders and investors, and we know all investors become traders anytime they buy or sell, they've all gone through diamondization. It impacts us all, and you'll go through it again and again. Each time it will be easier to take, but it's a concept that you must understand. This is how the markets work, and if you're actually acquiring your learning and your knowledge, you're getting there. You're on the right path. Zone 3 and Zone 4 are all about probabilities and rules. They're all about acquiring knowledge and then practically applying it and creating skill. We move away from the concept of fun and excitement, which treats the market like a casino, and actually applying a lot of analytics into the market and analysis. And we say, okay, the market is pretty volatile. It's in fact, the crypto market is the most volatile market on the planet. We have to make volatility our best friend. We have to get that diamond mind. We need to know how to borsog. We need to know how to buy on red and to sell on green. And it's not an easy thing to do. It's kind of like parking a car. And you're saying, Ken, what are you talking about? Parking a car is easy. Well, tell this guy or that guy. Parking a car is not always easy. But there's a lot more to it. When people are stuck inside Zone 1 and Zone 2, they're very angry. They're very angry at themselves, and they're very angry at the world. They want to make somebody pay, but they don't hold themselves responsible. They hold everybody else responsible. This is a way, when you experience diamondization, you'll find that you will just say, okay, what happened is not what I wanted, of course, and it happens to all of us. It's nothing special inside the markets. This is normal behavior, but you will seek to learn from it. A lot of people say, when you lose, don't lose the lesson. Because if you lose the lesson, next time the lesson will come back at a much, much elevated cost. You need to learn the lessons when they're small in price. And that's actually a life rule. But so many people are caught on this merry-go-round of emotion. They think it's all about gambling and luck. They compare themselves to their friends and say, well, you know, if he can do it or she can do it, I can do it. It's not about that. It's about gaining the knowledge. When people move away from this emotional roller coaster into smart money thinking, and that's not easy, often you have to undergo actual diamondization to do it. And why is that? Because talking about it is not the same as experiencing it. Smart money by nature is very professional, and they're very kind to themselves and other people as well. They don't get caught up in venting or anything like that, because that stops learning. It's all about learning. It's all about learning the lessons, because we know if we don't learn them, they're going to come back and they're going to bite us more greatly in the future. So just learn as much as you possibly can. Smart money is also very unemotional when it comes to the markets. They don't play on this roller coaster with retail thinking. They just don't participate in that. It takes a lot of patience and rules, learning and courage to move into Zone 3. You must make three-way decisions, and you must be prepared to act on your decision as well. There's no point in making a decision that you're not going to go through with. You need to understand how percentages work and to be on the right side of the percentage. You need a lot of patience. You need rules. You need to be able to mark up your charts correctly. You need to understand the 10-5-10 fund, which is a volatility fund. We always place lower orders into the market because crypto is incredibly volatile. But the real key is getting out of Zone 3 into Zone 4. This is where worthiness and meaning, positive excellence dominate a person's character. And this is important because this is where we develop the diamond heart. A lot of people can make money and they can then lose it because they slip back into Zone 1 and Zone 2. I've got a picture here of Jesse Livermore. At one stage, he was the greatest trader of all time, basically one of the richest people in the entire world, but he met with a very untimely exit at his own hands because he didn't feel that he was worthy. Everybody is worthy. Everybody is worthy of love, of success, and all the good things in life, but you have to have a positive excellence outlook on life. If you have a negative excellence outlook, you're always seeking conflict and blame and jealousy and all of those kind of things. They won't get you to happiness. The entire process of crypto technical analysis is to scientifically track investor attention. It's only in market conditions like this where we understand the real wealth foundations. If you don't have strong real wealth and positive excellence foundations, you will buy and sell at the wrong time. And it's very, very academic when the markets are going up, but when the markets are coming down, this kind of makes more sense, and it's really important to talk about. And it's also important to think about other professionals in other disciplines. For example, surgeons and engineers are professionals. Fun or thrill plays no place in their work. Can you imagine if a surgeon went to work for fun or thrill, or if an engineer built a bridge because it was fun or thrilling, and he just wanted to see, does it hold the car's weight? Does it support the load? That's not what professionals do. Professionals are very, very different. Fun or thrill plays no part. And if fun is a part of your focus on the market, I would suggest that please move out of that certainty zone into the patience and rule zone. Embrace real wealth and embrace positive excellence. They'll take you exactly where you need to go, which is into a beautiful, beautiful life, and you deserve that. A lot of people go through tough times, and those tough times make us who we are. Tough times strengthen, easy times weaken. You want to be strong, like a diamond. Embrace these tough times. If you're going through a tough time in your life, embrace it, and just look towards what positive lesson can come out of that. Life happens for you, not to you. The universe is not against you, it's for you. But it just needs you to learn lessons, and it will keep on repeating those lessons throughout your life until you get diamondized. And that's really important. Don't wait until the lesson costs are too great. Having a quick look through the markets, and we know the markets, the stock market is closed at the moment, but what does this tell us? Fear is coming out of the market. Markets are doing a technical bounce, probably up to resistance. We can see bond prices and bond yields starting to normalize. They've been absolutely out of whack. We've seen gold start to come up to resistance and the dollar start to decline. And remember, we were talking about the dollar needing to decline when it was up here. And when it was right up here, many people just thought, oh, the dollar will continue on forever. We're facing an inverse problem with crypto at the moment. The crypto market has gone down and down and down, and it's made so many people tired. They're just fed up. They're sick of it. Of course, that's the nature, and we have to have patience to outlast that. But all price moves in a wave. We saw gold moving in a wave. We've seen the dollar now moving in a wave. We saw oil moving in a wave. We saw the Nasdaq moving in a wave. It all moves in a wave. There's hope around the corner. And what do we see? With the put-call ratio, the number of bearish bets inside the market is starting to come down. Why is that? Because people have a renewed sense of hope. And how does that relate to Bitcoin? It relates very strongly because as the Nasdaq recovers, risk is back on the table. And Bitcoin and crypto is a very risky market. I say it all the time. Crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. I don't say that for no reason. That's crypto. We can see from the fear and greed index that we're still at extreme fear, and people are acting with extreme fear. This generally typifies and accentuates that a capitulation has just occurred or just about to occur, and we need to get a bit of a feeling on where that could be. Anytime we look at enormous levels of fear inside the crypto market, they typically hammer out bottoms. But people are really, really fearful. They see their accounts going red. And what do they do? They're in pain. And it's depressing. And it's frustrating. And it's all of those things if you're feeling inside zone 1 and zone 2. But if you're inside zone 3 and zone 4, you just know that's what markets do. You can't escape the natural rhythm of the markets, but you can move with it. And you can understand that these are absolutely fantastic buying times. They're great things, but a lot of people don't feel that way. One way to diamondize more quickly is to inverse disempowering thoughts. If you say something like, I can't do this, your mind will prove you correct. If you inverse that disempowering thought that weakens you, that thought that takes away all the beautiful things in life from you, and you inverse it, that's fantastic. You say, instead of saying, I can't do this, you say, I can do this. And that's really important to do. You must diamond mind yourself. I talk about this little video because I think it's so important. When the markets are going up, everybody's happy. They're going all in and more. And then when it goes south, they run. They clear the dance floor. But people with a diamond mind stay there, because what do they know about price? It's going to come back up. And especially when everybody's left, they are the greatest bargains in the market when that occurs. And when the prices are going up and people feel more and more certain that they're keeping on going up, they'll come back into the market. And then typically what happens, the markets go down again. And of course, this is a really, really old cartoon. This is about corn and eggs and rye and sugar. This is not a cartoon about crypto. People in zone 1 and zone 2 always say they want to buy the bottom, but where are they when the bottom is actually hammered? We never know where the bottom is, and we never know where the top is. We just participate based on our belief in terms of what we're doing and our skill levels. The reason I showed that video, I want to explain around this particular area. Just think back to when everybody was running away. That is what happens in these high fear areas. They're the best times to run into the market, not the best times to run out of the market. And when do people run into the market? When optimism is exceedingly high. It can only go higher. There's no problem. You can see there's a problem. This is actually what it's all about. Just re-engineering your mindset is the single most important thing before you buy or sell. As crypto technical analysts, we scientifically track investor attention. And what do we know with the RSI? What is happening with the RSI? It's getting stronger. People are buying this dip. What does that actually mean? When it gets stronger, we may be about to see a turnaround in the market. Don't forget, when things were very, very negative up here towards the end of July, people were feeling the same as they're feeling now. They were saying, I need to get out of here. This is just too much stress for me. But this is crypto. If you don't, everybody wants the big gains, but they don't understand high risk, high return, and the high risk goes in both directions, not just in your favor. We can see the relative strength actually increasing at the moment. It's, for example, the price has been coming down for many, many weeks now, and some people are giving up on crypto, and that's such a shame, because what is crypto? Crypto is the ownership layer of the upgraded internet, the internet of value. It's like literally owning the internet protocols. Can you imagine if you could go back in time and own the internet? Wow, that's amazing. It created so much wealth, and it's absolutely changed the entire planet. Crypto will do exactly the same, but people get caught up in the short-term view. I've often said to people, if you could go back and buy the COVID sell-off, this ugly, nasty looking thing, would you do so? And people say, oh, absolutely, Ken, I would definitely buy the COVID sell-off. But if you're in it, like you could feel right now, would you do it? Would you do it honestly? I think that's a really good thing to talk about, because you think about what happened here. Price came down crazily. And then what happened? The relative strength started to increase, everything repaired. I know a lot of people will say, but Ken, that's different. But actually it's not. We never had the whole world closing down, and that's what C19 brought with it. Just keep on remembering the DXY. The DXY went up and up and up, and I said this thing has got to come down, it's got to normalize, and it started to do so. I said the same thing with gold, I said it with oil, I said it with the NASDAQ. This is how markets work, and I'm saying it with Bitcoin as well. This is how things work. But what can we expect here? Could we go lower? Let's go back to this particular period in time, from about, say, the middle of May to when things turned around. Now, what did people anticipate here? We had a big sell-off. Notice all of these wicks, and notice where it got down to. Very, very close to this wick. One thing that people don't understand, especially Zone 1 and Zone 2, is that the institutions hunt leverage traders. They want to liquidate them. They want their crypto as cheaply as possible. Could we get another capitulation wick down? It's possible, because there's no certainty inside financial markets. I always say it, but certain people don't hear it because I guess they don't want to. There is no certainty inside any financial market, and there never has been. Anybody who is selling you certainty is on the wrong side of everything already. There is no certainty. That's why we talk about chaos zone analysis. We're always saying certainty leads to terror. So that's just the nature. But probability and rules, knowledge and skill will lead you into a better life. It's also possible that capitulation is over. Many people have run away from crypto, and they will be called back to crypto at higher prices. Remember that cartoon? It happens all the time. It's not just crypto. It happens in all financial markets. Turning to Bitcoin, we see Bitcoin is currently trading at $29,014.99. It's stuck on A. It's been still ranging between 1 and A, 1 and A, 1 and A. It has a level of resistance above it that will play in at approximately 29,500. But there are a lot of shorts sitting above here. If the smart money says, okay, shorts, I'm going to cool you down by liquidating you, we could see a big spike in prices. And what happens if we go the other way? What if there are a lot of longs sitting underneath here? Could we get a wick down? Absolutely we could. And that's what we always say. There's no certainty, and we do not make one-way decisions. We know overall where crypto is going. It's the internet of value. It's just like the internet in the old days. It changed the world. Crypto will change the world as well. We have about 15,700 people in our beloved community. Can you please let me know in the comments, do you really know what crypto is all about? Do you see it as the next evolution of the internet, the upgrade to the standard internet, to Web 3.0, or do you look at it as something else? Do you know where it's going long term? And do you know your projects? There's quite a few questions in there, but I think it's really, really good to discuss that. And if we look at the level of climactic support, a very, very strong level, we're only 15% away from that. And that's coming in today at 24,510. When we look at the total supply and loss, many, many people are feeling far more scared than when we had that recent sell-off, because the losses are much greater. They're literally around the COVID loss levels. Don't forget, the entire world closed up shop when this happened, and there was a US liquidity crisis as well. This is an incredibly high level of fear and loss, and both have the potential to actually create a bottom. Notice this, when we had this big spike in fear, those spikes actually create bottoms. They don't create a fall through experience where it just goes lower and lower and lower. And we always have to understand the probabilities, but the probabilities are on our side. They're not against us. And if you've made it this far, you're being diamondized. You're doing really, really well, and you should embrace that success. That's awesome of you. I say it in every video that you must make three-dimensional decisions. You must know what you're going to do. If price goes up, goes down, or goes just nowhere, and we've seen price going pretty much nowhere for quite a while now. Many people thought that Bitcoin would come down to B or C. It's revised itself up to A. This is how crypto works. Where do you feel Bitcoin will be going in the next 24 hours? Do you think it's coming up to a number, say 1 or 2, or down to a letter, A, B, C? Please let me know in the comments. Rule 130 is really important. Make volatility your best friend. What does this rule actually mean? It means there is substantial volatility in the crypto market, and we can witness 50, 60, 80% falls in value. And that's quite normal. That's actually normal. But we can see 200, 300, 400% gains. That's also actually normal. When you make this volatility your best friend, that's really hard to do, and it's easy to talk about, but you have to live through it. You have to participate in it. And if you're just getting into crypto at this particular point of time, you've timed it really, really well. I would suggest that you just keep your position sizes small and learn and know what you're doing, and do everything you can to get out of zone 1 and zone 2. Across the past 24 hours, we've had 74 million in liquidations. That's not much. Across 36,309 positions. Across the past 24 hours, we've seen about 65.6% of liquidations being short. And if we look to 12 hours, about 52% short. 4 hours, 52% long. 1 hour, nearly 80% long. So we're seeing a bit of negative price momentum at the moment, but you know it's stuck on A. It's just stuck in that range again. Looking at Bitcoin futures open interest, we can see that we're starting to regain some momentum. We see a bit of a divergence here. It's just accumulation. You saw with the RSI, people are buying, the institutions are buying, and they're terrifying the public with what is happening with price. Looking at the top crypto projects, we can see that Bitcoin has been coming down for around 200 days. You'll notice a very sharp angle of descent. We've seen sharp angles. What do they tend to do? Please let me know in the comments what you think is appropriate. Let's have a look at Ethereum. We've seen Ethereum following Bitcoin's gravitational pull. Binance Coin doing the same. XRP following Bitcoin. This is really important to understand. Bitcoin influences the entire crypto market, and we can see with ADA that's been seriously underperforming recently. We're coming up to the Vassal hard fork on June 29th. Last time we came up to a hard fork, things were going down, but then they shot up wildly. And this is all about price normalization as well. When things get too overextended, we tend to see very harsh withdrawals. Let's have a look at Solana. Solana has retraced a lot. It's basically come back to a 15th of August 2021 level. When we look at Doge, Doge is coming down. But what is it doing? It's just matching Bitcoin's gravity. And you'll see this time and time again in the crypto market. Looking at DeFi, we can see total value locked is actually increased by 1.15% to $106.95 billion. And when we look at total value locked on all chains, we can see Tron has been attracting a large number of inflows, and that's been supporting its price very, very well. Well done to all the people that saw that little hidden gem there. We know that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, but what's the proof, you say? Ken, prove it. Okay, look at this blue line and look at Sand's price. This is the metaverse projects. Sand is coming down with Bitcoin's gravity. What about Axie coming down as well? What about Gala coming down as well? What about Mana, Decentraland coming down? But it's got more strength. Notice it's more away from the blue line. What do we see with Engine Coin? Coming down as well. And we know Ape's been on a rampage. It's been doing really, really well. But it is no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. It escaped it for a while, but it must be pulled back. They are the rules of the crypto market. What about Chili's? Also doing quite well relatively. SLP just following Bitcoin's gravity. When you understand this concept, you can keep a really close eye on Bitcoin to understand what your beloved alts are doing. And looking towards the community favorites, we can see Nia just following Bitcoin's gravity. Matic doing the same. Some interesting news with Matic. We might see a bit of a pump with Matic, but remember, no certainty. But it's got some probabilities on its side. ICX just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but repairing more quickly. VRA moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. Rose doing the same. And we saw GMT diverging, moving with gravity and then diverging, just like Ape. But it always comes back into alignment in terms of the directional bias. This is why I created that rule. No alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. And I often say, if you're ever wondering, what happened to my alt? There was no news, there was nothing different, nothing changed. Just look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin happened to your alt. What about IOTA? IOTA is just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, as is IOTEX. IOTEX is showing some strength, and IOTA saw some strength, but it's just decreasing now. And that's in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity as well. Let's have a look at some more community favorites. Theta just moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, as is T-Fuel. SHIB doing the same, moving in alignment. We saw EGLD spike up and then decay, but always moving in alignment, just over accentuating up and down movements. Phantom moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but showing some real strength here. Go Phantom. CHR moving in alignment, but showing a degree of strength above. What about Loopring, LRC, showing strength above Bitcoin's gravity at the moment, but still moving in alignment with it? What about Atom? The same, moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. Looking at these charts, and we can look at 8 more, it really gives you a sense of what the crypto market is doing. And when we see Stellar, we can see it's moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, as is CRV, AVAX, Arweave. Zilliqa is a little bit different. It's kind of wobbling a bit, but it's moving in alignment. Let's have a look at Uni, still moving in alignment with Bitcoin. FTX or FTT token, still moving in alignment, just over and under exaggerating particular price directional movements in percentage terms. And what do we see when we look at Tron? We had a degree of following, now they've diverged. What do we know about Bitcoin's gravity? What do you think is going to happen to Tron going forward? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Rule 245, you either learn or win. Losses are not comfortable for anyone, and when you experience them, if you're in Zone 1 and Zone 2, you'll take it incredibly personally. It's not personal, it's just the market, and the market does that to all of us. In Zone 3 and Zone 4, you see it as a learning opportunity and something to gain more and more skill with, and we never let blame get in the way. When you make volatility your best friend, in accordance with Rule 130, you start to see the market very, very differently. Because it's so volatile, you won't go all in at one level, you'll spread everything around. And always remember that the tough times make you the person that you are. All your strength comes from tough times. Don't run away from tough times. Embrace them. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you as part of our globally extended KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for mentoring masterclass students, and of course a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenarios. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.